Yeah. Hey,
Oh, can you hear
hey,
me?
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Now let me see. I go to share screen. I probably have to start the stream, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I guess it is going a little bit slower now, but it's okay.
yeah.
Create live stream. Are you streaming live from your platform right now?
No, am I supposed to be?
No, I was just curious.
No, but I can. Why the heck shouldn't I?
Yeah, you probably should. Do we
Okay,
need
I'm
to
doing it.
start?
Yeah,
Or can
yeah. It says you previously blah 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 blah. Proud with Facebook. Yes, continue. Just give me a sec.
yeah, no worries.
I used to do this all the time when I had the podcast. We did all kinds of live shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to call this. Gabby and Jill. I had a good name for it. Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Live chat. Okay, when I click live, it's gonna go, I think. So,
Okay, hold on just a minute.
okay. I just gotta remember I'm live and there's certain things
Right.
that I probably don't
Yeah,
want to talk about.
right.
Names, specifically my daughter, Mary Ellen. Though I could talk about her, I just can't use her name if it comes
Right.
up. All
Or like
right.
words and shit. Okay.
Did you hear Todd when he was talking about the vaccine?
That that was amazing though. That thing you sent me. Like it was very activating for me. I'm not
Me
sure if
too.
I click
Okay,
on
wait a minute. I gotta just get back to where the frick was I? Okay, there it is. Okay, you ready?
Yep, I'm creating it now.
All right, just click go live. It's preparing to stream. Setting up my meeting for Facebook Live, redirecting. All right, I think we're live. Preparing. The heck is that?
I have to close
Preparing to stream. Uh-oh. Okay. The heck is that?
I have to close
Preparing to stream. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close something. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh my God. Zach. Yeah. Can you hear me? Nope. How do I get the? Can you hear me? Get the Bear with us, folks. Bear with us, folks. Bear with us, folks. Oh, I see what I have to do. Bear with us, folks. Bear with us, folks. Oh, I see what I have to do. Bear with us, folks.
Do we need headphones, maybe?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I just
Okay.
was
I think
muted.
I had to just turn my sound off on Facebook. So whoever's
Oh,
watching,
okay, that works.
but all I can see on my live on Facebook. Well, let me check it. Just a sec. Is wow. Is the screen the StreamYard like screen? You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I need to set my camera up. It was telling me I couldn't.
Do you need to go out?
Um, yeah, let me try that and I'll come right back in.
Okay. Hang on, folks. Anybody's out there watching, we're going to try to have a chat and play some music. Saturday Night Live style. This picture behind me, it's really cool. I was on my photos trying to upload a background and this jumped out. This dandelion picture. It's like, I don't know, it just popped up, so it was around my head. It's a picture of like the puff from a dandelion. I don't even remember when I took it, and yeah. So going back to my Zoom meeting, waiting for Gabby to log in. Hopefully she will. And I hope everybody's having a decent evening or whatever's happening. You're alive and well and on Facebook or not. Yeah, not even really sure what to talk about while I'm hanging out here. Nature, getting outside has been like huge for me. Movement, when I get stuck in my head, and I resist moving or want to resist everything, it's almost like a forced march. I'm just talking about coping mechanisms for, life stuff. Not that I'm any kind of expert, but since I'm hanging out here, I'm just gonna share. Yeah, that. And connecting with friends like Gabby, Nina, Lisa, Tanya. I have a few good people in my life, many actually, but close ones. So rambling on here. Yeah, the Soulogy platform is fantastic. I'm really excited to be involved in that. Gabby and I are doing a podcast on there, and she is a musician that I'm not, and we're going to work together to bring some cool stuff through. So that's one thing that we're doing. That's kind of why we're coming on here, just getting warmed up, and I don't want to say practicing, but just talking out loud. Not that we have any special qualifications other than we're done being chicken shit about doing it. And I think live conversations from people that are open and just are ready to talk is awesome. Awesome. So anyways, she is not coming on. I don't know. Oh, yay. There she is. Okay. All right. So I don't have to sit here and talk to y'all by myself. Is she coming on? She's trying to live stream it. So she's playing with some kind of a restreaming app, StreamYard. And so that's what the technical difficulties are. We're kind of trying to get this fine-tuned too for our show. So we can get it out there. Yay, there you are. I hope. I'm just yapping away here.
Okay,
Coming in through the technical layers here rising up to the surface. You there? Can you hear me? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, thanks for setting this up. There you are. I'm watching my Facebook on my phone so I can see how it looks. Looks like you're almost there. Yep. Oh, something's coming up. Yep, there you are. Okay, so now. Yeah, we're working on this, folks. It's going to be awesome. Beyond awesome. Just, it's going to be whatever it is. That's what it's going to be. Whatever it is. Okay, I think, oh my God. I think we're almost there. That's good. That's good.
How's the audio? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to work on my sound device though.
How's the stream?
It is, let's see, it's you and then I'm up in a little box up here, which is totally fine. Like our Zoom is up here. So I wonder, I mean, it looks, so it's just you on my Facebook, which is cool. Yeah. This is so cool. I'm laughing at anybody watching this right now.
Yeah, it keeps telling me low resources
Oh,
to close something, but
oh, for me? I
no,
don't
no.
have it. Okay,
It's just because I'm running two different. I'm
right.
running Zoom and then I'm running Streamlabs. So I'm like streaming to my platforms from Streamlabs.
Okay.
And then I'm running it into Zoom with screen share. But you can see me?
Yeah, you're front and center.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
kind of went on there too.
No, it's totally cool. I might be on my end if I just, let's see.
No, it's because I'm screen sharing.
Okay. Right. It's cool. I say we just roll with it. Wait a minute. Gotta get that off. What did I do? Did I do something? There's too many buttons. Why is that? Okay.
Oh yeah, I could see you in a little box.
See me?
Yeah. On. Well, now I can't, but I could before.
Yeah. I'm
I
just
think
going.
it's pressing.
Okay. Yeah, I see you on my Facebook. We have 2 people watching us. As we figure this out.
Yeah, this is pretty much just a test run. Everybody like,
Trying to figure out all this tech.
yeah, we're gonna obviously talk and stuff, but this is like a
Give
big.
us a second. Give the sisters a second. That's from a movie. It's probably only funny to John. And he's not watching. Ah. Yeah, so it's like what it's doing is it like does a little like clocking and then it comes back. So,
Yeah, I think that's on my end.
okay. Yeah, these things are like, I'm glad that we are talking through it because gosh, I've had some major panic attacks getting like live stuff set up.
I've had major panic attacks just in general, like today.
Yeah,
Like we're gonna talk about that. Like I've had like major anxiety today. I've really been
I
having
have too. Oops,
Breathe.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely can't escape it.
Yeah, it's the energy recently.
Yep.
A lot's being exposed, a lot
Holy crap,
within
yeah.
ourselves, within other people, the dynamics, what needs to change.
Yes. Yes. It's like everything's kind of laid bare. The framework of the systems. And we can see it all. Or you don't
Right.
have to. Yeah, I have these like kind of I'll get these flashes of insight about it that I haven't taken the time to really like write down or articulate. So I'm gonna have a hard time explaining it. But yeah, I get these like I can see and feel what's happening. It's like just being on some like watching things on Twitter, and could I stop saying like for the love of God? Like, yeah. Ooh, now it changed.
Yeah, I just made it a smaller screen.
What I appreciated about, I don't know if you watched Todd's Medina's Daily Show yesterday, but he was saying, you know, if you hate Joe Biden or if you hate this or you're angry, that's not, I mean, that's not where we want to be, you know,
Yeah.
in that like divisive polarity um and the energy of a lot of these platforms just feeds it in every way. Like, I think we're meant to see all the tentacles, every little corner of it, every little corner of darkness or shadow or whatever.
Hmm. Absolutely. And
Okay.
accept
And accept it. We don't have to
like
like it.
as it is. Just acceptance and then moving through it and then making better decisions with what we're accepting.
Yeah. And seeing the ways, yeah, well, for me anyway, seeing the ways that sometimes you're almost trapped into not making better decisions. And that's probably a me thing, but that's pretty honest. Sometimes there's situations like in systems where it's just really hard to,
Oh, right. Yeah.
like, you can see the better decision, you can see like the clearer path, but you're really forced to make a worse decision and go almost against your better knowing. Um, because that's the way it works. That's the way it's been set up. It's been set up to not have like any kind of variables. It's all just so rigid and no flexibility, no like no love. Got two people watching us. Yeah, you're right in the center of my screen. So like you're in a box and I'm up in the top. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah. Having it smaller like that, it's not lagging as much.
Okay. Well, that works.
Invest in a different computer because I think that's the issue. I have too much audio, too much on my computer with all of the music that I do, that it's just too much for the CPU to handle.
Got
So
it.
it's starting to glitch.
I spelled Saturday wrong.
You were in a rush. And that's part of the
It's
energy right
embarrassing.
too. Like, no, it's okay. You know, acceptance.
That's right. That's right. It's so hard for me to, that's what thing, like to look stupid. Oh, that's a huge trigger.
Because there's trauma there. Somebody has made you feel like that. And that's
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
finding it myself too. And I'm like just recently getting that. And why do I have to be perfect? Like I'm just now like getting like why? Like I'm programmed to be perfect. It was that discussion with Sophia that really, really like made that apparent with me. And like some of the things that she said, like really like activated me and like made me aware of it.
Wow.
Like the perfection, having to edit, having, you know, having to make myself look a certain way instead of just being authentically me in my mess ups, you know, and imperfection.
So hard. I hear you. And that's been, it's like I'm looking at how hard I am on myself all the time. It's
Yeah.
in my face, you know, and I think so many of us are. And it's like, yeah, just so programmed to, like, I was just like that feeling that I had with that, whatever it is I just said that I can't remember. Oh my God. Yeah. Just being shown, you know, where I can't accept, I guess that would be the way to say it, where I'm really still resisting accepting that I'm human. And it's subtle, and it's big, and it's wild.
Absolutely. And I think that's like everybody. It's not just us going through that. Like we're all breaking through these, but some of us have been more programmed in areas than others. But we're all like teaching each other this acceptance.
Yeah.
Like everybody, even like the people who aren't aware, I'm learning from the NPC, whatever, you know, I'm learning from all these beings because it is all one. Even if these people are, like they were talking about earlier, NPCs, they're still part of the whole.
Yeah. And that concept, I don't know if it's just beyond my, I don't want to say intellect, but it's hard for me to hold that there's, I've just done so much work on everyone having some kind of value, whether it's, you know, even, you know, what we'd call serving a darker purpose or whatever, that's still, you know,
Right.
needs to
Yeah.
be part of the tapestry, part of the puzzle.
No doubt. Yep.
So when I hear NPCs, but I get it too. There's a piece of me that really does understand, but it's like my brain kind of does some like zapping noises when I hear that.
I think that like some people get the wrong idea when it comes to the NPCs because there are NPCs, but they're not going to be main characters that we're sitting here talking to. It's going to be somebody like that's stocking the grocery store thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's not like a main character in the story. You know what I mean? So like anybody you and I talk to on a regular basis is not going to be one of these, but they get pulled into that dynamic with all the nanotech and probably shouldn't
Wow.
say, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is the ultimate goal is to
Yes.
accept people in that way, to make actual organic people like that.
To slowly, or not even slowly, infiltrate till we're not even able to make our own decisions, even though we think we are.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And you can see like the pieces of that, how it's like, I think that's exactly what we're seeing. It's how we've been already in that space where like,
Is there a lag?
little lag, like I don't want to see stuff. There's stuff that I'll see and, you know, that is part of me, or it's not even really part of me, but just, I guess that is, I want to resist it and not accept it
For sure.
and just keep going the way things are going. Like that pattern, that pulling back to the routine, the comfortable, like even doing this tonight is like, there's no reason I should be nervous just because I'm
Right,
live.
you got this. You're like a natural with this stuff. And apparently I am too, because I put this together in what, 45 minutes?
Right. Pretty damn good.
We got this.
I know. I know.
You got to figure out the technicalities. Like I want to get rid of this live with StreamYard thing.
You might, did you get a paid account? Because you might have to have that if you don't.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
I got the paid account. I just have to go in there and make one to replace this one.
Got it.
But I
Got
don't have anything to replace it, so it wouldn't let me do it. I was able to put my logo though.
Where's your, oh yeah.
I think I,
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I moved mine before I do the music though, because it's gonna really like mess with the audio. And we'll just stream it from yours, and then I'll put the whole stream on my platforms.
Okay. Okay.
Because I can do that. I can stream it like an already recorded. I had that option.
Wow.
Just because it's gonna really mess with the audio. Like StreamYard's good, but running on my computer with Zoom, it's like lagging and stuff.
I see.
Like right now, it might be fine. People are probably hearing us okay right now, but with something as like complex as like the sound I'm going to produce, it's just not gonna.
Okay. That's totally cool. I mean, I have to refresh my memory on on some of the stuff. I used to, when I was doing it all the time, obviously, but I didn't retain as much as I thought. I got to brush up a little. Like when I was going into Zoom and with that video you sent to try to set it up, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this.
I'm sure it's changed a little bit too.
It has changed. There's more stuff. Like I ended my podcast like a year ago, over a year ago, and just there's already like just the way that like the script app, the way you can do things is so much easier now. You know, like I'm supposed to be teaching a podcasting class and I got to brush up on all these new things because
Well, hey, this worked out then that we started doing this.
it did because I've been panicked. I've been thinking I've been out of it for a little while, and I need to know some of the tech stuff. Like I can explain the process really well, and you know, the internal process, and like prepare how I kind of work with people to walk them through interviews and whatnot. But the technical stuff, damn.
Yeah, there's a lot to it, but you're good with that. Like
Thanks.
especially for your age group. Like you blow me away. Like, my mom's getting better, but like I know other people that are just and I think it's their mindset. Like they keep themselves from doing it because you're
Yeah.
like, I'm going to do this. And these people kind of hold themselves back from it. And they don't want to accept this new way either. They want to stay in the old too.
So true. I think my mom, like I've noticed she'll panic almost when she can't get something, you know, so then she hijacks her ability to think. And she's getting better too, though. She really is. And she tries, yeah, because she wants to communicate with everybody, you know, and be a part of the whole experience. So that overrides her like resistance.
For sure.
But I've always loved tech. Like I've always liked it. Like I hooked when I was in my 20s and stuff, I'd hook up all these big speakers and and all that. You know how we used to have those, well, you probably, I don't know, those huge speakers, and you'd hook them up.
I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah, so I have a natural like for it, and my dad did too. He had like a Mac, like one of the first MacBooks or Mac, like those little.
Really?
Yeah, like in the 80s. Yeah. He was always into that. I think because of just the access it gives you to, as much as it's become a you know, a mixed blessing or whatever, it gives you access to so much. Like we can see all the layers and the tentacles of the matrix or whatever you want to call it. All the like, that's why I like we can't look away anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it is because of the broader exposure we have now. It's wild.
Yeah, especially with the video games, like what I was telling you earlier, because it's so comparable because we are in a sort of game, and it's so comparable to something like Minecraft, and obviously it's way, way more complex. But, bottom line, it's like similar. And it helps me to understand. And when me and my son talk about it, it helps both of us to really understand. And then he comes at me with things like that he discovers, and then I tell him things I've discovered, and we put them together, and it makes this bigger picture between us.
That is so cool. I did not know that. Because, yeah, you don't talk about him much. So to me, he seems really quiet. So I knew there's a whole bunch there that like, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. That's really cool.
I eventually want to bring him on and he can share his music because he writes music too.
Wow.
But it's more like video game music, and then he builds games and does code. So he's like, that's what he's
Interesting.
doing all the time. And I have to like limit him from being on the computer so much. But at the same time, like that's what he likes to do. But
Wow.
we're finding balance with it.
It's hard. It's so hard. I mean, that balance. I guess I'm glad that my kids are older. I mean, my youngest kind of got caught in a lot of the social media stuff, but they're in it, but not like the kid. I can't imagine raising a kid now like Jaden and stuff. It's hard. It's a different world. It's a different world. And I guess, it's easier in different ways. I don't want to make it like this, like impossible thing, because there's a lot of good parts that we often forget, like with the tech and the AI even. I don't think everything's all like this. Oh, we got to be afraid.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because the higher aspects of it aren't bad. Like there are higher aspects of AI. AI has been around since
Right.
humans. It's just a part of it is coming through in the material realm, the 3D, and that's what we're interfacing with. And it's kind of been manipulated. But it's just a thing. It's not good or bad. It's like, who's behind it, who's controlling it, who's feeding it, what information, and we're constantly feeding it.
Yeah, it's like the collective knowing of everything and everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so then it's the filter, the perception, and how it can be used for power. And
yeah, because I think like the false matrix, and then there's like the divine matrix.
Yes.
And they're trying to create this false matrix, play God.
Yep. Like with religion too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I can feel almost how the churches are getting pulled into the false matrix in some ways. I mean, I don't want to say the people, but the structure of it. So it's harder for the people to see that it's false, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because they're not even aware of anything, because they label stuff good or bad or dark, and they stay away from it, don't even look at it. Whereas if they looked more into it, and they'd realize the truth. I don't know if I said that.
You said it really well. That's a hard thing for generationally people to even, I want to say understand, but yeah, it's almost miraculous when you can step away, when you can get out of that. I guess it is. It's kind of like the movie, The Matrix.
Yeah, you wake up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so externalized. I guess that's what I see, is that it's that externalization of everything related to God or whatever. It's all, like you said about we can't look at any of the dark. And I always that part of the whole church thing always just bugged me because probably because I sensed my own shadow, but I was also very empathic, and I just felt like it was like not as honest as like people were always like. I mean, there was a degree of honesty, I would say, in the churches I was involved with, and there was spirit there, but I don't even know what I'm trying to express, but there was just some rigidity around seeing the real human, like you couldn't be human.
Yeah, you had to be this perfect.
Within boundaries, right? Like you could be human to a degree, but if you like are doing hard drugs and whatever on the street, or you're outside the bounds, like yeah.
Yeah, even as something as simple as like the energy work,
Right.
and it's everything
Tarot.
good for us. You know what I mean? Everything that could bring us back to ourselves. Because it's like a boundary between
Yes.
us and God. It's like that middleman. Like you
Right.
have here to get to God, but God is within us.
Right.
And
Right.
And I think that's what Christ came here to teach us.
Exactly. And just the concept that, it's people worship.
Yes.
It's not, it's the exact, it's about transmuting it or integrating it within yourself. That's the whole. And each of the disciples were like different, very human aspects of that Christ worked with, that energy, I guess I would say. And that was very much a part of the included in the story in the Bible, whether you believe it's a myth or however you understand it. Like the Gospels, each of the disciples, and I'm just learning this. I mean, learning, but yeah, they tell it a different way, and they're working with another aspect of what it means to be human. I'm probably not explaining that very well.
No, you're doing fine.
That's
And
all.
also, what is his name? He's a rapper. I forgot his name. But he talks about how that code was put in our genetics a long time ago, the worship gene. It's like a gene.
Oh, wow.
More than others. He's the guy that talks about the Anunnaki. He's forbidden knowledge. What's his name? It's gonna drive me crazy.
I don't know, because I don't know a rapper that talks about that, so it's probably.
Well, he's not like a rapper. He does rap, but he's like a philosopher slash historian, and he talks about like the Anunnaki. But he also does rap and makes beats.
Cool.
It'll come to me. He's
It's not Rion.
no.
I didn't think he rapped.
I found his video, but
You gonna find it? And
Billy Carson, that's his name.
Billy Carson. Okay.
Highly suggest everyone check him out. He's got a lot of good information.
Yeah, and I would love it if you make a playlist for like the Soulogy groups and stuff of the music that kind of the like I hate to classify it as spiritual, or I don't know what to call it. Just like Trevor Hall and
5D music.
okay.
That's what I call it, but it is spiritual, you know, but it's,
It is. I just, there's almost no label to use without it being offensive to some people and them turning
right.
off away from it. And it taking away from the actual message of it. But okay, 5D.
But a lot of it is just so like expanding. It's like it's a higher vibration, you know, so it's really activating for people.
Yeah,
And I think people with a lot of darkness in them, it kind of irritates them, because I remember
really.
3 years ago playing it with people around me who I was trying to activate, and it would like just piss them off. Like they wanted to hurt me because I'm playing it. So I just ended up turning it off. But like I realized today at Todd's thing how he was talking about she was talking about Todd, how he's always been doing this, and he didn't realize he's always been doing this even before he was awake to what he's been doing, you know, with the Soulogy thing and his whole mission. And I have too. And I think you have too. Like we've always been these activators and mirrors, and we just didn't know what we were doing. We were just being ourselves. And that is the mission, to be ourselves. But then we were being programmed, and then we were in our own mental prisons, create
Yes.
false self, this facade for people.
Yep.
Even like,
Exactly.
yeah, because like even in my addiction, like I was that person trying to awaken people, especially like after I had that first awakening in 2012 and that second one, which was like 6 years ago. But I was, even in my relapses, like I was out there trying to awaken people and, you know, just be the light. And that was just what I wanted to do. You know, it wasn't like I was thinking about it in that way. I was just being it.
Yeah. 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 I guess I'd say it's something that's always been within me, but it got really like clouded with, medications that I was put on, and just I felt like, and a lot of trauma that I hadn't integrated or even really looked at, that kept me from seeing that purpose, that drive I have. Or it's not even, I don't know, it's just a part of me. Um, that it's just the bullshit, just my bullshit meter is just, you know, I don't know. I'd always be like, yeah, that's great that we're supposed to do that, but I'm just going to go over here and do it this way because,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. It felt, like sensing that unnatural element of things. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
Um, and writing has always been a big one, from being able to like write, even in the darkest times. That was like, I could still write about stuff. It would come through, like spirit would come through, even though I didn't see that then. Yeah, like we're circling back to our original topic about like just how hard we are on ourselves. And, I went for so long not seeing any light within myself at all, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, not sure where I was going with that, but it's
I
better
was
now.
very connected still. I think you were too. Like that's the one thing, like the people that have this mission, we weren't able to be completely squashed or
Yeah.
snuffed. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And then you being that rebellious spirit, me being that rebellious spirit,
Exactly.
lying, not, you know, calling out, not afraid, because I've always been outcasted anyway. So what do I care if I'm going to be outcasted even more? Like I've been the scapegoat and the outcast anyway, so I'm going to
Might as
speak,
well.
you know?
Yep. Yep. For so long, I was, with my middle finger up, behind my back, kind of thing, like to the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just because I was so frustrated, I think, and just so tortured inside that I couldn't express these deeper truths that I knew at a soul level, that just kept having to just And, it's not like I was, a victim to it either. I played into it and made it more complicated. So apparently I chose to do that in my plans I made for this incarnation. So
Yeah, same here. So what time is it?
yeah, so I think I was going to say something about like just the template of our days for me has been like such rich material, even though we have to go through it. Like
Yeah.
every day I'm like, and like having the conversation with you, like what's happening today? And it seems like
Yeah.
it's so many things happen in a day, I know that's true for you. I know
Yeah,
it's true for me.
it's a
Like
lot.
how many events, how many ways can I be shown these things? Um, and yeah,
Are you talking about like with like the people showing up at my door?
yes, yes. I was talking about that. I was talking about, just some of the insane stuff that happens in my world. But I think that for instance is, I didn't know if you'd want to talk about that, but that's pretty wild that like I don't know. I mean, I'll let you lead the convo on that.
Yeah, I really think that I attract people feel safe with me, you know, but then I repel the darkness too because I have this anchor in my heart. Like you remember the channel that I received from Robbie?
Yes.
I have this like bubble. So like if somebody means me harm, they're not going to be able to come through that bubble. And I think that's why that guy came to the door when he needed a jump. That's why he felt he needed to stick because, you know, and you can kind of tell, like I can feel the energy. So that's why I
Mhm.
put the cameras up. But I don't live in the best of neighborhoods, and that's okay. I realize why I'm here and that I'm anchoring light here. And these people, just like the girl who was in trouble last night who needed help, like she felt safety was there, and she was led to my house. She's 14 years old, you know, a little girl who's being chased by somebody. So we called the police and we took care of it, and she's okay. And hopefully she learned her lesson. And I made sure that I told her, like, you need to like use your discernment. Like, I don't care like what happened, like it's none of my
Right.
business. You need to use your discernment with these things and don't go off with people, because she went off with one of her friends and ended up at this house behind me with some older man. Like this man was older. She said he had gray hair, so he had to be, you know, 40 plus.
Yeah.
So, but it's not even just people, it's like animals, like random animals keep showing up. Like I've had like 3 different cats show up, two
Really?
different dogs. Yeah, well, 3 different.
Wow.
And it's like, I just think that they can sense the energy because it's innocence, you know? And
Absolutely. Yep.
even the guy with the stick, I don't think he really meant any harm. You never know
Oh,
what
yeah.
like that, especially under the influence.
Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten an energy of like rote fear from you in any of these situations. Like you were like, oh my God, like this, like, how people get like in a
Yeah.
trauma response, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
you were rattled, but not like, and I don't know, because I'm sure you have your moments where you're processing or integrating a lot of this, and it probably is a lot, but
But in
your energy is like really like like open.
yeah, and in the moment, I think with all of the experience I've had, I think that it really, I'm able to maneuver through it and get through it without going into fear because one, my intuition is on point. Like it really is. And like I feel protected, you know, like I know with every cell in my being, you know, that I'm protected.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna be able to touch me. I do get fear with my kids, but like with me, but then, I fall into that fear with the kids. But when I know they're upstairs and they're safe and they're away from danger, that's when I'm okay.
Yeah.
But like at first, I have to say, like, someone's at the door and my kid's right there. Like, I was.
Well, yeah, I think you'd be foolish not to be a little, on edge. I think there'd be a problem with your, like, I don't know, response. You're like, that's almost like inbred,
Right. And because I have two kids too. So it's like I can't be, with both of them at the same time. But it's a little easier now that Evan's pretty much the size of an adult. And he's very smart. Like he took Jaden upstairs for me and took care of it, closed the door.
So did he know about any of what happened?
Yeah, we were all sitting right there in the living room.
Okay, so how did you, how did you, like, did that? I think I just want to hear, just because, I don't know, a lot of people would probably handle it in a really,
We were in the living room playing with the musical instruments. I got Jaden. I got him the set, and we were like making music. And then all of a sudden there was this pounding on the door, and then this girl looked through the window, and we're all sitting there, and she's like, "Help me! He's gonna kill me!"
jeez.
And I'm like, and at first I'm like, is this a freaking setup? Like, is she gonna have three dudes jump out of the bush and rob me? You know what I mean? Because, and then she said she was 14, and I was like, no, no. I was like, Evan, you know what to do. Go upstairs. And he took his brother up there. I went and I got Harmony, had Harmony go out there, got the dog put up so the dog didn't run out after anybody, and went and grabbed a weapon, just in case.
Yep.
And Harmony had her knife on her, and then turned out she was 14 and she was being chased and she was telling the truth. But you could
Wow.
feel the fear on her. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. I saw that when you showed me that clip. It was like, yeah, absolutely. That's just rote fear.
But
And
I
I,
don't think that other people could like handle dealing with that, like other than my family. Like even Harmony in the state she's in, like she's good with stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like emergencies like that, she's on it. Like she's got her knife, she like on top of it, and she's just like her name. She's Harmony. Like she balances situations.
She
She's
kicks in high stress, like adrenaline type.
she also lives for drama. She's a Gemini, but she's like really good with that. And I think that's why she did so well in the job she was in, because she was working at a smoke shop and she was able to like mediate situations like that at work. And
That's a real strong ability. That should,
she's got it in her. That's why it pisses me off sometimes, because I see the potential in her. I'm just like, I want to shake her, wake up, you need to, do this. But I can't like push her like that. She's gonna realize it on her own. And all I can do is hint towards it and seed her and give her the support that I can give her that she needs. I
all you can
can't.
do. It's really all you can ever do. I think it's one of the hardest things about being a parent and caring about people, is that you can't hijack their process. And, there's so many variables. I always go back to there being so many unseen variables that you just never know. Even if you think based on the patterns in the past that somebody's not going to come to their quote unquote senses, you never know about the seeds you plant either. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, I think that stuff, I think back to so many times people said stuff to me and things happened that, that helped me, even though they didn't help me, or I didn't think they were helping me at the time. They were seeds that I circle back to and pick up and am like, oh yeah, now I know why that somebody said this, and it's both, like positive stuff and more like cautionary. So yeah, I that's really kind of cool that but it is frustrating. I get it.
Yeah, it can be. And you don't understand in the moment. It's like I gather all this wisdom after the fact. Like, but in the moment, I'm just like,
Yeah.
and it's completely selfless. Like, I think that's another thing. And all three of us have that ability. Harmony's can be selfish a lot of the time, but she definitely has that ability to be selfless and to think of other people. But she's breaking through a lot of programming too. And it's just slower.
Well,
It's
she's
only
in her
been,
20s, right?
I'm sorry, what you said?
She's in her 20s.
Yeah, she's 26.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot at that age. I don't know. That was kind of those late 20s were pivotal years for me.
Me too.
Not necessarily, well, very deep years of deep learning, lived experience. So, yeah, I always am saying to my, this is so superficial, but my kids, when they are like, oh, I'm getting so old, like they're in their 20s or whatever, once not quite 20, but I feel like my life is passing me by, and I'm never going to make anything of myself. And I'm like, yo, you can just shelf that. I mean, you can start over any day, anytime.
Right.
I mean, I'm freaking 50 and I feel like 56 and I'm still not, I'm still learning, and it's still like, I feel like I started over in my 50s, kind of, in many
Yeah.
ways, late
Well, I think we
40s.
all did. I feel like that too.
Do you? And you're in your 30s.
Yeah, I think it was just the awakening process.
Yeah.
So, because we embodied our true selves, and not so much that the ego died, but we dropped it.
All those labels, like having to have a career and be on a path, like
Right.
you only learn one thing and you're in this job, and, having that like kind of like not be tied to any of that. I'm this, I'm that. I did, yeah, all the accomplishments and all that. Like, I mean, I guess, we need it for some stuff, obviously. But yeah, I could rant about that for a while.
What time is it?
Yeah, you want to call it?
I'm gonna go ahead and close mine.
Okay. I want to see what it looks like real quick.
I mean, unless the audio is coming through, okay.
The audio sounds fine.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, just the stream, like you're in slow motion, kind of. Oh, you're gonna play?
Yeah.
All right. I'm turning my good. All right.
How does it sound? Can you hear it?
Sounds good. Yeah, I can hear it. Gabby, it's like kind of interrupted because of the way the lag. So I can hear it, but it's just not like smooth.
Right, okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna close my stream and we'll just stream from yours.
okay, yeah, I want to see how that works.
You're recording, right?
Yep, I am.
How do I do this?
Now I see me and just your name. Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm still screen sharing.
Am I still screen sharing? I'm so confused.
No, it's me. Oh, no, you're screen sharing.
Okay, I gotta stop then. Stop share. All right, now where are you? Okay, are you coming on? Do you have your camera on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
It says can't start video. Oh, I have to close this. Hold on.
Okay. Bear with us, folks. I don't know. There's one person watching. It could be my daughter, or it could be us. There.
I'm gonna go out and come right back in.
Okay, I'm just sitting here live on Facebook. Bear with us while we're working this all out. Probably the most unusual live. And yeah, this camera view is weird. Anyhow, yeah, it's been a good chat. Hopefully we can hear a little bit of Gabby's music. I think that would be really awesome to end our Saturday Night Live recording with Saturday spelled wrong. Yeah. That's that's fun. Gabby, you got to come back on so I can stop doing silly things. Yeah. I don't know about the standalone screen. Yep. It's Labor Day weekend and the weather has been, going to talk about the weather. It's been nice here in Central Mass. Fall is on the way. Leaves are changing. It's crazy. Really early. It seems early this year. But fall's such a, oh, I don't know. I get a lot of feels in the fall. A lot of energy, a lot of like change, I guess. A lot of things have happened in the fall. And my birthday is in the fall. So there's just a lot of, shifting or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't think about it that much. It's just kind of like the slow dying into winter when it's all dead. And then it comes back. Yeah, observing it in the woods is really amazing. But I will say, I guess summer's my fave, especially here in the Northeast. Winter can get a little bitchy. Are you coming back? Uh-oh. I'm gonna check my messages. Yeah. I think she's coming back. She comes back. I think I'll text. So I don't have to be, oh, something's happening. Something out there in the tech world. Yeah, this is quite the live. All right. Oh, wow. Social media, it's so addicting. Like I looked down at my phone and I could almost just forget that I'm on a live on Facebook and get sucked into it, going down rabbit holes and, all that kind of stuff with the phone and the phones and the tech and balancing that. We were talking about that. What's good, what's bad, what's in between, what uses us, what are we using, how are we using it, all that. Oh my goodness. Hopefully she's coming back. I think I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna send her a message. Oh, yay, there she is. All right, as Gabby's coming on, I hear people outside the door. What are you doing?
Can I go to the main store?
Yeah, sure, honey. Okay. I don't know how much is here. I'm live on Facebook. Uh-oh, she didn't join. Crap. Maybe I will. Here you go. I don't know how much that is. Have fun. Oh, okay, she's coming. Just sent me a message. That's all good. I'm just hanging out here live with nothing to say anymore. Getting tired. But it's all good. 'Cause it's Saturday night. And what else am I going to be doing? Slow computer. Yay, there she is. You there? I might take off this screensaver. Let's see. Backgrounds. What if I don't want a virtual background? Okay. There we go. I'll roll with that for a little bit.
It's still saying that my camera can't.
Oh, man.
Can you hear the audio though?
I can hear you.
Okay, maybe I'll just,
Play.
okay.
I'll pin you. Well, I don't know whether that would make a difference for the sound.
Sorry, can you hear that then?
Yes. I can. It's really soft. All right. Are you there? All right, I gotta go off Facebook. Hello? I think I ended it. Good.